Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks. With the Spain news update, we'll have a look at some of the main stories that have caught my attention in the press today, and we'll also take a look at some comments that have been left on the channel in recent times by viewers. Before I begin, a huge thanks to all of the people that have supported the channel in recent times, whether it's by buying me a coffee, whether it's through the super thanks option on YouTube, whether it's longer term supporters on Patreon or the channel members of this YouTube channel. Thank you very much for that support. Now, straight into the news, and one story, as you can imagine, dominating headlines not only here in Spain today but around the world also, and that is Spain's victory over England in last night's Euro 2024 football final. And as we can read here, Spain reigns supreme in Europe. Marcelino's goal at the Bernabeu in '64, Torres's in Vienna in 2008, Iniesta's in South Africa in 2010, the choral scattering against Italy in Kiev in 2012, Nico Williams's lethal diversion with Lamine and Olazábal's goal in 2024, even Olmo's late save on the line. Spain added another chapter of glory to their history at the Berlin Olympic Stadium with a fourth European Championship, more than anyone else, as they took a heartbroken England side to their second successive final defeat after a penalty shootout at Wembley against Italy. La Roja have rediscovered the thread of the game that led them to their golden years, and not only that, after rediscovering the thread, they have continued to build on it with the same exquisite talent, with an outpouring of energy and dedication, and with a formidable faith that resists any moment of doubt or setback. So there we go, Spain reigning supreme in that Euro 2024 championship, a 2-1 victory over England. And as we saw there, the national football team here, La Roja, as it is known, discovering the thread that took them to success back in those golden years 2008, 2010 and 2012, where they picked up 3 major tournaments. So well done to both teams in that final. In particular, Spain, congratulations on that victory. Now, while that football game was being played yesterday between Spain and England, there was a big police presence in some of the main tourist hotspots here in Spain, especially places where a lot of British people gather, for example, Benidorm. And according to one press outlet here in Spain, things got a little bit out of control in Benidorm when the final siren went and Spain defeated England. And as we can read here, English fans lose control in Benidorm after defeat by Spain. The celebrations of the Euro final have not been all sport and joy, but have ended with fights, insults and clashes with the police. The streets of Benidorm revolt after the result of the final of the Euro Cup. In this situation, the state security forces have had to intervene and even surround and assist the person who ended up on the ground. The brawl between English fans has also ended with a TV cameraman being assaulted. He was pepper sprayed in the eyes, a night that is a far cry from the evening before the final of the European Championship in Benidorm. So there we go, some English football fans in Benidorm getting a little bit rowdy, a little bit out of control after that defeat. Fights breaking out between supporter groups and a TV cameraman sprayed in the face with a pepper spray. So some people, it seems, not taking the England defeat all that well in Benidorm. And the final piece of news we'll look at today, and it's some good news perhaps for dog owners here in Spain, because it is that the government is considering exempting current dog owners from the training course required by law. The government is considering exempting current dog owners from the training course that the law will require, as proposed by the Ministry of Social Rights, Consumption and Agenda 2030 in a draft royal decree sent this Friday to the communities to develop the law of animal welfare. According to ministry sources confirmed to EFE, the idea is to give a 6-month waiting period from the publication of the law, after which it will be essential to obtain the relevant dog ownership training, which would not be required of people who already have dogs. It is a text that will regulate 25 articles of this regulation, which entered into force last year on the 29th of March 2023. So some good news, possibly, as I said, for dog owners here in Spain, that we may be exempt from this obligatory training course. As we know, last year a new animal welfare law was published here in Spain, and that was one of the requirements, that everybody who owned a dog in Spain, regardless of the breed, would have to do this training course. But now, as we saw, there may be an exemption for existing dog owners. So good news, as I said. Now let's have a look at some comments that have been left on the channel recently. One here from Juha: there is a statue of Woody Allen in Oviedo. I assume because of the Vicky Cristina Barcelona movie. The main actor was Javier Bardem. Yeah, Juha, thanks for the comment. And this is a topic that popped up in yesterday's live stream, the topic of Barcelona and why it is so popular, what makes it one of the most popular cities in Spain and also in Europe. And somebody said that maybe it has to do with the fact that many films have been shot in Barcelona. For example, the film Vicky Cristina Barcelona by Woody Allen, and that film also featured another city here in Spain, the city of Oviedo, and there is indeed a statue of Woody Allen in that city as a result of that film, I believe. And yes, Javier Bardem, possibly Spain's most famous actor. Not going to say he's the most popular actor in this country because I don't think he is, but internationally he has had a lot of success, winning an Oscar, of course, I believe. He's married to Penelope Cruz, who also starred in that movie, and I think Scarlett Johansson was the third main actor in that film. But films like that obviously did put Barcelona on the map for a lot of people. One here from Patrick: Zapatero lives in Lanzarote, where those 6,000 migrant children are being kept. Obviously, he wants them moved onto the mainland ASAP. Yeah, Patrick, thanks for the comment, and I did not know that former Spanish Prime Minister José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero lives currently on the island of Lanzarote. I thought he would have his primary residence in Madrid because that's where a person like this would do most of his business nowadays. But Patrick, if you say he lives on the island of Lanzarote, I'll believe you. Yesterday we saw an article in which Mr. Zapatero was criticizing far-right party Vox and their stance on immigration, in particular where to put these migrant children. The Spanish government has a plan to move these kids from the Canary Islands to the Spanish mainland, and Vox does not want this to happen. And Mr. Zapatero sent a message to Vox telling them to show some heart and change their stance on illegal immigration, but not sure if that message will get through to Vox or not. One here from On the Beach in Sitges: I've been visiting Spain for 25 years. I have liked it so much that I have learnt the language to C2 level. Now I feel completely unwelcome. I have decided never to go again. On the Beach, thanks for the comment, and sorry to see that you feel so unwelcome now in Spain. You've been coming to the country for 25 years and you like the culture and language so much that you now have a C2 level in Spanish. Congratulations. But obviously these anti-tourism protests, which have been taking place in some cities here in Spain, for example Barcelona, Palma, Alicante. At the weekend there was one, Malaga, Tenerife, I think also Cádiz has had a protest along these lines, have put you off coming back to the country. And it's a shame, but I reckon that if you speak Spanish that well at C2 level, you'll be back. One here from DF: do you face any prejudice from people mistaking you for a tourist? Yeah, DF, thanks for the comment and interesting question. And the short answer to it is it depends. Obviously, my physical appearance is that of somebody from the United Kingdom, maybe Ireland, maybe the north of Europe, but here in Spain, you don't see too many natives that look like me. And obviously, when I'm out and about walking around here in Spain, a lot of people would think that I am a tourist. However, I don't act like a tourist, or at least I don't think I act like a tourist. And nobody's ever come up to me directly and say, "Tourist, go home." I have had some issues in bars and restaurants here in Madrid, felt some prejudice, especially when it comes to charging the prices that they have tried to charge me. I remember one waiter tried to charge me 2 or 3 times more because he thought he could get away with it. And another time when I was in a bar with my cousin here in Madrid and I could hear the conversation between 2 waiters and it wasn't very friendly towards tourists. But of course, as soon as people see that you can speak and understand the language at their level, they normally shut up and treat you like a local. So to answer the question, it doesn't happen often, but it can happen, and sometimes you have to be on your guard. One here from Joe: big question, how many of these protesters against touristification actually earn their living from tourism? Yeah, Joe, thanks for the comment and another good question, and I would say not many. Not many people that are demonstrating currently in cities around Spain earn their living from tourism. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Because if you are earning a living from tourism here in Spain, it's currently peak season, and I don't think you'd have much time to be protesting. And the final comment here from Bjorn seems to me that passing laws to ensure that locals are treated fairly would go a long way to alleviate at least some of the discontent. But hey, we all know what Spanish bureaucracy is like. Yeah, Bjorn, thanks for the comment, and you're right, we all know what bureaucracy in this country is like. And the last thing that local councils and town halls in this country need are more laws to complicate bureaucracy even more. And one of the reasons, no doubt, that some cities in Spain have this mess currently is because of bureaucracy. So let's try and solve this issue, but keep it simple, not add more laws, because that could complicate things even further. But hey, again, just my opinion. On that note, I'm going to wrap the video up. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. If you have anything to add to the conversation today, the comment section is the place for you. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. I'll see you in the next one. Hasta luego.